Hello, my name is Rosanamod, and welcome to the rosanamod podcast. Want to modify your life? That is corny, but I'm going to keep it in there. This variety show brainstorms solutions for everyday challenges, unlocks your secret potential, think outside the box with creative ideas that improve your business and your life. Get inspired with special guests, get motivated with how-to projects for the whole family, and learn that life is too short for anything less than being happy. Laugh with me or at me, it doesn't matter. Somebody's going to laugh. Welcome to the Rosanamod Variety Pod. This is your vessel and host, Rosanamod. We are at episode 134. 134 for you guys who want to learn Spanish. I haven't done the first one. I don't think I did that. I started doing this recently, but that's funny. Today it's Monday Talks, and we are going to talk about single parenting dangers, warnings, red flags, how to make sure that your child is safe, those kind of things, especially in the dating field, specifically single mothers, because I was a single mother. Now, when I got divorced back in 1988, I had a 4-year-old daughter and a 10-month-old daughter. Oh, what the hell? Dyslexia? I don't even have it, but I just did. A 10-month-old daughter and a 4-year-old son. Dating was a very tricky situation, but because of the way that I was raised, and as you know, I'm not from here, and I'm not saying, please don't take this the wrong way and say, oh, what is she trying to say? In America, culturally, things are very different than in South America. In my country, the way that I was raised because of my parents, even though we came here, we had the same rules. You know, very strict and old-fashioned. Being religious also attributed to that environment. So, like, for example, I wasn't allowed to date until I was 16, you know, that kind of thing. I wasn't allowed sleepovers. Wish I had mentioned in another episode that it isn't something that I've ever felt comfortable with. You know, my mother always said, you have your own bed. You don't need somebody else's bed. And you don't know who's in the house. So that's one of the major things that I wanted. Let's just start with that one. Sleepovers. How do you know if your child, like, let's say you're raising your children by yourself, and your son or your daughter comes up to you and says, hey, can I stay over, Mary's house? Well, who's Mary? Well, Mary is, a girl in my class. Okay. If you don't know her, Mary, then the answer should be no. Okay. If you met Mary once and her mother once at school PTA meeting or something, the answer should still be no. Because do you know who's going to be in the house while your child is sleeping there? That's the question you need to ask yourself before you let them do this. Who's going to be in the house while your child is sleeping there? Think about that for a second. Who's going to enter the house? Who's going to visit the house? Who may drop in? If you don't know the answer to that, then the answer should be no. You don't know their situation. The mother could have a jealous ex. The mother could have a drinking problem that you don't know about. She might act differently when she drinks. The mother might have a drug problem you don't know about. She might have a son who lives in the house that you don't know about. She might have a visitor in the middle of the night that you don't know about. She's not going to call up and tell you. By the way, this guy just walked in and I met him at a bar a couple weeks ago, so he's going to be sleeping over with me tonight. Your kids are in the next room, but don't worry. Do you see what I'm saying? Or some random woman who just decides that she's going to babysit your kids and watch your kids overnight, and then she brings home somebody from a bar. Not even she knows. There's always a danger, because what you're doing is you're giving up your safety, the safety of your home, for someone else's home. And if you don't know that home as much as yours, the answer has to be no. It's really, really simple. That's my first take. My second take is those bumper stickers. I've always thought that those bumper stickers were really dangerous. The ones with the families. Excuse me, I'm having coffee. I need to have my coffee. I just woke up, so I don't even know what you call them. I look at those and I think to myself, that woman has no man in that picture. It's her and her 3 kids. I saw one in front of me, and that was the first thing I thought. Why would you want to advertise that it's just you and your 3 kids? Because that's like a big flag to pedophiles. It's a big flag to anybody that might want to harm you, thinking, oh, she lives by herself. She's alone. She's just got 3 kids. Do you see what I mean? She's got no husband. She's got no partner. This is easy. You're dealing with a lot of crazies out there. You can't trust anybody. So I would really advise you guys to just not use those. Why do you want to advertise how many people are in your family anyway? Would you normally put "I live alone with 3 kids" on your window? I mean, the actual words, not the pictures. Think about it. The pictures are cute, and that's how you sell, right? And they're funny. They got the little dog. Okay. But look at it in another way. Would you advertise the same message in a different form? Would you write a sign or a t-shirt, wear a t-shirt maybe, or put I like the sticker on the window, a big sticker on the window with words that say, "I live alone with 3 children." And this is the school they go to, by the way. One of them goes to, ABC Elementary. The other one's an honor student at 123 High School. You're telling everybody what school your kids go to. You're telling everybody how many kids you have and that you live by yourself. Oh, and you have no dog. Okay, good for you. You have a cat. Oh, that's even better. So all I have to do as a psycho, a serial killer, or I know that sounds extreme, but just hear me out, or a pedophile, is follow your ass home. I know you live alone. I know you've got 3 kids. I know you have a cat you don't have a dog I don't have to worry about. And I know where your kids go to school. So I could just wait at the school. Know what you drive. I know that if you're not there to pick them up, then you're not there. I think that nowadays with internet and everything, we're just giving out way too much information. Things on Facebook about our feelings. We like to go to Instagram and TikTok and say, this is what the inside of our house looks like. This is where I live. I'm here. Hey, here I am at the beach. Come here every Saturday morning to just, do this. Hey guys, it's me. Well, you're putting yourself out there, for people to find you. Do you want to be found? Do you want to be found? If you want to be found, hey, that's your way of not being single anymore. Good for you. But just be ready. Just be prepared. Don't invite some random stranger over to your house to meet your kids that you don't know, that you just met this guy and you're bringing him inside your home to meet your children after one date or something. That's why I don't really like to talk about like where I work or anything. I'm not a single parent. I mean, a single parent to my dog. People know that I live alone. I say this, that just me and my dog. My mother gets freaked out about that. Why did you tell everybody that you live by yourself? Because I'm ready for that emergency situation. That's why. I'm protected. So that's why I say it. I'm not scared in that respect. I'm not. But other women, if you're not protected, if you don't have a weapon, if you don't have anything to protect yourself with, unless maybe you're like an MMA fighter or something. I don't know. Maybe you're jiu-jitsu black belt or something. Okay, good for you. Well, then, okay. You have to do background checks. How do you do background checks? Simple. Do you want me to teach you how to do background checks to protect yourself? That might be a whole new episode. I would ask them flat out, have you ever been arrested? The only reason I say that is because you want to know if they're honest, if they're truthful. Because if they say no, never, and then you find something, well, they're lying and goodbye. You know what I mean? If they say no, good. Then you want to know more about them. Where were they raised? Where did they live? Where are they from? How long have they been in the city that you met them? Maybe they're just transients, just driving through. Maybe they're crazy. Maybe they're married and they left their wife somewhere and meanwhile he's trying to hook up with women. You don't know this. There are people out there who do it. My ex did it. So you make sure that you know these people when you're raising your kids alone. Make sure that you are protected. Don't just go out and buy something unless you know how to use it. Number 2 is know the people that you're leaving your kids with in their care. Know the babysitter. I'm not going to call the neighbor to come over. I don't know the neighbor. And even if I did know the neighbor, I don't know their personality. I don't know their, are they on medication? Are they schizophrenic? Take their medication today? Are they going to snap on my kids if they start screaming? Are they, kleptomaniacs? Are they secretly pedophilish? You just don't know people. And your kids are the most important thing you have. Why would you risk their safety? So you miss one day of work. So you have a jerk boss, who doesn't want you to call in all the time, or gives you a real hard time when you miss a day of work. So my kids come first. My family comes first. I'm not going to leave them, bye. I can't. Well, if you leave and if you miss another day, well, too many misses were, not good, and I lost jobs because of that. And I was happy to do it because you know what? I'm not going to risk anything. Well, don't you have someone you can leave them with? No, I don't. I don't have anybody I can leave them with. I have to take care of them. I'm sorry. If this doesn't work for you, then you make sure that when you let me go, you put that down as the reason why you let me go, or I won't sign it. And that's exactly what I did. You're missing too many days. Why am I missing too many days? Because I have to take care of my kids. You forgot to add that part. You know what? Life happens when you have kids. You can't predict, and you have to be ready. And sometimes things happen, and kids get sick, and kids get hurt at school, and kids get into fights. That's part of being a parent. And they need to work to sustain their family. I think it's pretty shitty of you as a business owner or as a company to not be tolerant with that. I think that you need to make accommodations. I wish all companies had some kind of nursery or something for single moms, some kind of area where they could leave their kids and work in peace and not have to worry about their kids, because it's really hard to focus on work when you're worrying about something like that. Like, who's watching my children? Inviting people home that you don't know is not going to help you or your child. On that note, I hope that you enjoyed this, and I want to thank everybody for listening. I've got a lot more listeners now in more countries than before. Moscow's out there, so I want to say hello to my Russian friends. United States, Texas is out there. Hey, Texas. You know, I haven't been to Texas yet. I'm dying to go to Texas, so if you know of cool places to visit and nice cities to visit, let me know. And, drop me a line. I'm going to say shoot me a line because I know Texans, woo, I'm just kidding. What the hell does that mean? I don't know what that means. Anyway, I like cowboys. I just want to say, I do. So, if, I'm single. So, I know you live in Texas, but that's okay. We'll talk. Anyway, I'm just crazy in the morning. I don't know what's wrong with me. And then we have, what other states? Illinois, Colorado's been listening. Brazil has been listening. Myanmar and United Arab Emirates have been listening. And so many countries have been listening. You know, the one I'm missing, which is really strange to me and funny, is Italy. Italy is not listening. Me with my last name. Well, maybe it's because it's rosanamod. Variety Pod. That's why I said I wanted to change my name, not because of Italy, but because people really think that might be my name, Rosanna Mod. That should be Rosanna Modugno Variety Pod. I'm rambling. Have a good day. In with the outro. That's going to be the last, by the way. Remember I told you I couldn't figure out how to say goodbye? Okay, that's going to be it. It's going to be, and now, in with the outro. Thank you for stopping in. I always appreciate your time, and I hope you gained something positive from today's episode. If you did, then share it, and please show your love in the links below. You will be helping me help you. If you want to contact me, I know you'll find a way because my avatar audience is a genius, like the host. So talk to you soon. God bless you. And what do we say? Ciao.